Perfect. All right, perfect. So we are all done with transferring our assets. Okay, so what we have just done is we started off with applying for our EIN for our private family trust. And then after that, we executed our quit claim deed to deed over the property from our personal name into the trust. And then after that, we end up transferring our assets. So we fulfilled the bill of sale for the vehicle to transfer the vehicle title into our trust from our personal personal name. And then from there, we did our business purchase agreement so that we can document the sale of the business to the holding company. And then we process an amendment with the Secretary of State. So we've done a lot. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the baton to my partner, Mondo Grimes, so that he can educate us on infinite banking. And then after that, we will open up the floor for Q&A. So
Good evening.
Mondo, you have the floor. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great.
Fantastic. Good evening.
Another beautiful day.
Yes, indeed, for sure. Good evening, everyone. I'm sure it's been a very good and informative week, I'm sure. We are wrapping up with some infinite banking, and we're going to go through some slides. And I'm sure it's going to provoke a lot of questions. So get ready, write them down, and we will definitely get to them as best as we can. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to dive right in to this information, okay? All right, Christina, do you see it?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Mondo.
All right, you're welcome. Perfect. Okay, all right. I am, again, Mondo Grimes. I'm the President and Executive Director of AMG and Associates. We are today going to talk about infinite banking, being your own bank, okay? I know a lot of you have obviously heard of this throughout your time with Christina. You might have seen it online, YouTube, Instagram, other areas. We're going to dive into some of the basics so you get a really good understanding of what this concept is, okay, and how to operate it. Okay, first of all, we need to get an understanding of how do banks operate. Okay, we talked about this last week if you're on the webinar. I want to cover some basics. We're going to get to some new things. Just as a reminder, how do banks operate? Well, this little circle right here is you with your income, your money. Okay, this is your cash. What they do is they receive our money, and what they do is they take our money that we put in their bank, in their institution, which is in a lended position. Okay, they take our money and they put the money into BOLI. We put the money here and they drag it over here. BOLI is bank-owned life insurance. Okay, 60% of most tier one banks' assets are locked up in life insurance policies. They're not sitting in vaults. Okay, they are in life insurance policies, and these are the top tier one banks. These are the top names: Bank of America, Chase, and the like. Okay, and then what they do is take the benefits of these policies, which is the accumulated uninterrupted cash value. They get 500 to 600% return on our money that we put in their bank. And it allows them to leverage it for partnerships, big buildings, stadiums, coliseums, all kind of cool stuff, big salaries, jets, you name it. They turn around and create products, financial products to loan money, mortgages, credit cards, business loans, and lend that money right back to who? Where the party started in the first place, with us. Okay, this is how they work. We put our money here, they put it here in the BOLI, they get the accumulated value and they leverage and they cycle it right back to us. Okay, now, most of you saw that last week. But I want to talk about the difference between a 401k and an IUL, okay? 401ks are phenomenal products, but I want to show you the difference between the two though. There's the difference. Now, if you see this example here, the left is 401k, on the right is an IUL. All right, now I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. If you see here, the 401k has 858 in retirement savings. In 401k, as you know, there's no life insurance death benefit. It's just 858. And in retirement years, this individual wants to withdraw 129,340 as an annual withdrawal. The tax bracket that you are now in and which is going to be higher than it was in your earning years. Okay. So realize that your 401k is increasing your tax bracket. So you will be in a higher tax bracket in your retirement years, and you will be paying $32,335 in taxes, which leaves you with an annual income of $97,000. Not too shabby, pretty good. The downside to that is what this particular number is that in 9 years, age 74, this individual runs out of money. And sadly, this is where we see a lot of our retirees having to go back to work. Okay, they outlive their retirement funds. Now, over in IUL, retirement savings is 709. Okay, in IUL, you got 864,000 in a death benefit. And now what you could do is take an annual income withdrawal of $97,000 a year, which is no different than over here in the 401k. Well, here's a big difference: 0 taxes. And this income is lifetime. Okay, it's not for 9 years. This is lifetime. 0 taxes over here, 32,000 in taxes. Annual income, $97,000 over here, $97,000. Runs out in 9 years. Over here, if he dies at age 100, he will receive $3.3 million, and his family will receive a $3 million death benefit. And both are free of income tax. Okay, so again, I am a fan of 401ks. I'm a bigger fan of IULs. I'm a fan of both. But some people ask us, which should we do? Both. Why not? Now, I wanted to give you a visual so you can compare the two. This is how they work. So if you're 20 years away from your retirement years and you're in a certain tax bracket, you have a 401k. Do know the longer you keep that thing and the longer it is that it's matched, and by the time you're ready for withdrawals in retirement years, your tax bracket is going to be up there. Okay. And you're going to be taxed at that tax bracket, not at the tax bracket you were in your earning years. Okay. Just remember that. All right. Now let's go into infinite banking though. So now we know the power of IUL from a retirement standpoint. Let's talk about how do we use it before I retire. Okay. Well, first of all, there's a lot of benefits. Some of these you saw last week. As a reminder, I hope you guys are taking notes on this because this is crucial. The liquidity in these policies are amazing. Okay. There's no credit check, no financial statements required for you to receive funds from the policy. A simple electronic form, real simple. Okay. No repayment terms are required. You don't have to pay the loans back. Okay. And you can get the funds ETF transfer or in a check within 2 business days. A huge part of why banks are into BOLI, bank-owned life insurance, is because of this uninterrupted compounding interest. The principal never decreases, ever, even after withdrawals and loans, or after loans, it does not decrease. They say, and I'll show you that in a second. You're like, what do you mean? How do I take a loan and my balance is still the same? Well, I'm gonna show you that in a minute. It's a powerful tool, a powerful, what should I say? It's a very powerful aspect of this policy where a lot of people think it's like a traditional bank. I go put money in my savings, I take it out, the balance is going down. It's not the same here. Okay, I'll explain that shortly. I mentioned this earlier, no capital gains tax, no taxes and fees on withdrawals, and it's 100% tax-free retirements, as I just showed you in that example. Now, the expected rate of return is pretty interesting. Some people say, well, what if the stock market goes down? Well, we have another crash, okay? Well, yeah, that'll affect your stocks and your ETFs and other things you may have going on. However, it will not affect your IUL in a negative way, okay? And the expected rate of return, 6.54 to 10.4, and depending on the year, we've seen upwards of 15, even up to 25% on some of the indexes, especially right after 2009 and 10, after the housing market crash, and even 2021, okay? And there's no reporting of your gains to the IRS. A lot of benefits there. Okay. A couple more benefits to remind you of: safe positive leverage in these policies. The death benefit acts as collateral for your tax-free loans. It's your collateral. Okay. So you have safe positive leverage. That is huge. You have the ability to control this asset with little to no risk of your own capital. All right. And I also love it because, like, again, CDs, I'm a fan of them. They're great, pretty safe. but these products and IULs yield 5 to 6 more times than a CD. Okay, so how do we do being your own bank? How do you do banking? The bank of Mondo, the bank of Tracy, the bank of who's here, the bank of Terry and Nicole Wiggins. Like it's the bank of you. Okay, how do you do it? All right, all week you guys have been putting 3 different trusts together, right? You got 3 trusts. All right, so basically what you want to do is use your private family trust as this vehicle right here. Okay, so your money's in your private family trust, and instead of keeping it in the bank, guess what you do? You put it into your IUL, into your policy. Looks familiar, doesn't it? Just like what the banks do. If we want to ball like the banks, we need to do what the banks do. Okay, and we're getting you hip to the game and how they do it. Okay, so now you've put, instead of BOLI, it's the bank of you, it's YOLI or whatever you want to call it, but it's your money over here working in this life insurance policy. And where you get the same benefits, uninterrupted compounding growth, accumulated value. It's tax-free benefit. You leverage it for several different resources. You probably heard Christina talk about it the last 2 weeks where you have your cash value. You need to buy Junior a car for 16th birthday. You need to get a new tux for the prom. You want to pay for college, whatever. Or you're using it as an oh crap fund. You know what I mean? That oh no fund. Where some emergencies happen and you need some emergency money, guess what? You can go right in your policy. You don't have to go to the major bank or to the credit union to get loans. You can take a loan from you. Okay. You can do it, use it as income replacements, and do it for private banking, meaning not just for yourself, but also for others. You could be a private lender where you lend money to individuals and have arrangements for them to pay that loan back. Okay. You can be a bank just like banks are. And then there's the death benefit because it's a life insurance policy, right? So there's living benefits, it's used as collateral, all those good things. Okay. Now I know a lot of you are asking, okay, Mondo, I've heard you say you don't have to pay the loan back, and how does the cash value not go down and all that kind of stuff. I can kind of hear your thoughts. So I'm gonna show this to you. Okay. The center square is your policy. Okay. Up here, no money leaves your policy. It continues to earn interest, period. That's how it was designed. That's what it does. Okay. Now, when you want a loan from your policy, you take a loan from the life insurance company, not from here, not from your policy. It's a loan from the life insurance company. Because you have a death benefit and you have cash value, they put a lien on said funds. Now that sounds like a nasty word. It's not. Okay. But basically what this means is that they know you're good for it because they can see your account. They know your cash value. They know your premium. All that, right? Because you have a policy with them. So what they do is then they say, okay, well, you know what? Nicole's good for it. Sorry, Nicole, I don't mean to pick on you, but sorry, Nicole, you're good for it. We're going to go ahead and cut you a check and send it to your bank account so you can withdraw it, pay your bills, and do whatever you need to do. So instead of you taking money from your policy, right, you're getting a loan from the insurance company, and they send it all the way over here to your debit card. Okay, that's how the loans work. So after talking to dozens of Christina's clients, this is one of the overarching questions we get. How does that loan part work, right? How is it that our policy is not messed up or it doesn't go down? This is why, because you're not taking a loan from you, you're taking a loan from their money. Okay, that's the powerful part about this policy. Okay, now I'm gonna give you a few examples here. I'm gonna move through these pretty quickly. When we do your consultation, the way we set it up is we put your own information in here so you can see how it works. These characters right here are fictitious, but I put some examples together to show you how all this works. Okay, now this individual is 30 years old, male. I want you to look over here where my little arrow is. This individual decides he's a young professional. He's going to pay $1,000 a month for his policy. No large sum or anything like that. He's going to do it for 10 years. It's just 10 years. And he keeps the policy the rest of his life. The policy keeps moving. But I want to show you the power in the first 10 years though. The account value right here and the net death benefit. The net death benefit the first year is $596. And what we do is put it on an increasing death benefit. So the first 10 years and going down to the purple, it settles there at $720. because we want most of your premium going to your cash value. You have to pay for some insurance because that's the law. IRS code 7702 states that you have to have a death benefit to coincide with the cash value. That's the law, okay? Now, if you look at the cash value here, first year, 9709, and all the way down to year 10, 133, and all you put in was 120. And this is on a 6.54. We play very conservative, under promise and over deliver, a 6.54 return. And I've told you, we've seen as high as 15, 11, 12% and the like. Now, what's great is that we put in a floor, meaning that this index right here follows what it does. It follows and mirrors. It's not in the market, it mirrors the market, okay? And the best illustration I can give you is this. Imagine we're at an amusement park and there's two roller coasters, okay? There's one, you're in, the stock market is in one and you're in another, okay? And you're mirroring everything that roller coaster is doing until it goes down too far where you don't like. You have the choice to stop and wait for it to come back up. And when it does, you start mirroring it again in the positive. In the positive, it goes down negative, you stop. It does what it does down there, it comes back up, you start mirroring it again. It's called a floor. You can do the same thing in selling stocks and trading, right? Okay, if you have a brokerage account, you know what I mean. You can put limits on things. Same thing in this policy. So what that means overall is that your cash value account, your principal will never decrease, period. Now, unless you take the money out. I mean, of course, if you just decide that, not in loan, you just go in there and say, hey, give me all my money, you know, that's different. But if you're just paying your premium and even put some money in there, using this as even a savings account, you can add money to it. This principal will never decrease. Catching 6.54, never going negative, going 12, 10, 11, and the like. Here's another example. Sally Sue Smith. She lives in Tennessee, apparently. Sally Sue, okay? She's paying $500 a month for 10 years, okay? See her at 60 grand right here. At the end of 10 years, she's got $67,000 in cash value. Her death benefit started at 987 and landed at 1 million, right? A little over 1 million, okay? But you can see, now this is not infinite banking at all. This is just having the playing field where you can utilize infinite banking. Okay, I'm gonna show you that in a second. Where you can, this is just the playing field. This is the field to play on, and infinite banking is your playbook. There's a couple different ways to leverage an IUL policy. Number one, like these examples are showing you, you put your premiums in for a set amount of time. We design it the right way. Make sure that your cash accumulation is as aggressive as possible. And you just watch your account grow, and it's liquid as all get out. That's one strategy. The second strategy is you can use it as a savings account and basically say, okay, you know what? Instead of putting my money in my little savings account over here at the credit union, I'm gonna take my pennies and put them over here into my policy and just accumulate this value and catch that high yield interest. And if I need it, I can just take a loan and get my money out. And guess what? When you do, your principal stays the same. So people use it for that. And then there's infinite banking. Infinite banking means that you're doing this, putting money in, loaning out, putting money in, say it's your paycheck or half your paycheck or a piece of your paycheck, whatever. You're putting it in, loaning out, and you're doing it on a very consistent basis, okay? Whether it be once a week, once a month, bi-weekly, whatever it is, bi-monthly, you're doing just the infinite banking, money in, money out. And we designed that particular policy. So if you have the funds to operate that level, we show you how to do it, okay? So there's a couple of different ways you can leverage an IUL. Let me give you another, two more examples quickly. Here's another one. This individual said, I have an inheritance, you know, or whatever, $75,000, I'm front loaded, and I'm gonna pay $14,400 a year for 9 more years. So you got 204 in there at the end of 10 years, all right? And what I love about this is that in this policy, is so strong because this person is building up cash value so quickly, okay? I wanna show you a real powerful tool though, and this one you really like. This is about retirement, okay? So what we talked about, tax-free retirement. Now I'm gonna zoom in over here quickly, just over here, there we go, okay. On the left side. So person started off with 50 grand into it and then paying $1,000 a month, and we put it out for 20 years, okay? And we designed it that way, this individual, for a reason. It's a mock person, but we did do this for someone, okay? And here's the death benefit, starts at 6 million, okay? And what you'll see here is that even those policies done paying at 20 years, scoot over here. We designed it to where this policy at the age of 40 of this person, so that it was a child that the parent took this child, the policy out on the child. At 40 years old, the child can start receiving a $200,000 withdrawal every year for 20 years from the policy. You pay 20. Okay, let me go back over. So at the age of 21, that's the last year you pay on that policy, ma'am or sir. At the age of 40, your daughter is going to be receiving $200,000 a year tax-free for 20 years. And on top of it, still have a extremely healthy death benefit over here. See here, it starts at $6 million. And also have cash value in here. When that loan starts, which is right there, 40 years old, there's $1.8 million sitting in cash value. And you see here, it keeps going because of the uninterrupted compounding interest. This is what uninterrupted means. It's not going down at all. It keeps going up. And this again is just on 6.54, okay? That's the power of these policies when they're designed properly. And I always suggest that when you talk to professionals, you need to make sure they understand the tax citations, they understand TAMRA, DEFRA, they understand IRS code 7702, all the different stipulations that are in place to make sure that these policies are designed properly to perform the best, the way they need to for you, okay? And we get into those weeds later on in your consultation. Showed this to you last week, who uses these strategies. As you can see, Walt Disney, John McCain, JCPenney, President Biden, and the like, in the tier 1 banks that we mentioned, okay? This is not a new concept, okay? It's new to the general public, if you will, but it's not a new concept. This has been around for a hot minute, okay? And people have been leveraging these policies for cash benefit, retirement, all type of loaning, private banking, lending, you name it, okay? But also using it obviously for a death benefit. Now the power of it, having this policy housed in a trust is even more powerful because your trustees control the cash value. The trustee controls the death benefit and what happens to it, the beneficiary and the successors and all that, okay? So it's even more powerful in a trust. It's a powerful on its own, but definitely within a trust, okay? Now, here's our team. We are a wealth of knowledge. We have everything from wealth management specialists over here with Bob to marketing with AJ. We have our sales directors who help with IUL insurance needs and financial services. We have Jody Murray down here, who's our underwriter, all the way to CPA services and management, wealth management, tax specialist, with Rich, who is IRS compliant and different things he's done to, I mean, he's been in the game 28 years. Bob's been in the business of wealth management for over 35. So with all of us collectively, there's over 100 years of experience between all of us. And we would be more than happy to help you, guide you in the right direction, whether it be definitely IUL, putting that first asset, probably one of the easiest assets to put into your trust, help you with that. Also, if you are in need of any sort of financial services regarding maybe some old tax stuff, or maybe you need an accountant for, you know, the different things, or maybe you're a small business owner and you need marketing services, et cetera. We're definitely here to help. Our partnership with Christina has been phenomenal. We've met some phenomenal people who are doing some great things for their families and building their legacy for generational wealth and stability for generations to come. You know, schedule your consultation today. In the chat, you will see a link that will be put up there. You can click it. If it's not there already, I don't have my chat open, but most likely it's already there because they're on it. Click on that link, schedule your consultation. Our calendar fills up pretty quickly. We're really busy, but we do have more spots opening. We had to hire even more executives to come in and help you because our calendar, we got it so full, we had to bring on 3 more people. So definitely look forward to seeing you, talking to you personally, meeting our staff, Jonathan, Guy, Larry, Eric Howard, one of our advisors, Craig. We look forward to seeing you in person and helping you out with your IUL needs. All right. So with that said, I appreciate everyone for listening to what I had to say, and I'm going to pass the baton right back to the Queen.
Thank you so much, Mondo. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
the excellent presentation and teaching us about infinite banking.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to open up the floor for Q&A so that some of our trustees here can get their questions answered by either you or I. So it could be you can ask me any questions based off of what we've gone through the whole workshop or what we've gone through today regarding transferring assets. And then Mondo is here to ask to answer any questions that you might have regarding paying yourself first and utilizing your IUL policy, and even the trust being the owner, payer, and beneficiary of the policy. So you can raise your hand, you can come off mute, you can put in the chat, whatever works best for you, but the floor is open for questions.
Hi, Christina. This is Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Mondo. What's going on?
How you doing, man?
This is great. Both this entire week with Christina, and you come in to wrap it up. I just want to make a comment about IULs. I've been talking to Jonathan and Guy almost every day, right?
Great.
Yeah, we getting some things lined up, and it's really exciting. IUL's extremely popular. Not popular, but powerful. They're
Yeah.
popular as well, but extremely powerful.
Right.
And the more I read about IULs and understand how they work, I stopped texting Jonathan and just started calling him, right? So, but it's amazing because Walt Disney, nobody would lend him money, and he had a couple of IULs.
Right.
That's how Walt Disney got started.
Right.
Dairy Queen. Uh, I think I put a couple of them in this chat here, but
Yeah, you did. I saw that. Yeah.
This is just from my studying and reading up on IULs, and I took Christina's advice. I went and bought all of those books and some additional books, and particularly on IULs. And I would recommend that everybody go and buy the books that was recommended in the presentation, and get to know more about IULs. To me, the trust is a very powerful vehicle, and I would say IULs is equally powerful, if not more, because that's where you actually learn and understand how to manage your money, and really take advantage of if you look at it, look at it. I'm using myself as an example. All of my working years, right? I got over 20 years in the game, right? In engineering, right? Making decent money, that kind of thing, right? And had I known about IULs, or instead of doing the 401k, they're superior to 401ks. I can tell you that right now, right? But had I known about IULs, I would put my money in an IUL. Knowing what I know right now, I put my money in an IUL any day before a 401k. And I know for a lot of us that may sound kind of crazy, right? But when you begin to understand uh, compound interest, and the fact that you can get a loan against the money and it continue to grow, and you can buy your house, your car. You gotta pay you're gonna pay the banks. If you do it traditionally, you're gonna be paying the banks anyway. But the thing is, you're going to be losing all of the interest. And I challenge anybody, if you go and buy, I like Ford trucks, right? Ford truck is what, like 70,000. Or you can go and buy any kind of car, right? If you go and finance that car the traditional way, you're probably going to pay six, seven, eight, nine, $10,000 in interest or something like that. It just depends on what it costs. Uh, you can get that money through an IUL and pay no interest. You got to pay the money back anyway. So I just wanted to say, I was just wanting to say that about IULs. Very, very excited about IULs. I read about them every day, right? I got about 3 books that I'm grinding through right now.
Wow.
And I'm working with Jonathan and Guy,
Mhm.
we're structuring 2 IULs.
Yep.
And I have one already, they did not a gap analysis, but they did an analysis. They did like an IUL analysis
Yes.
on my existing IUL, and kind of showed me where Jonathan and Guy showed me where I needed to kind of like, quote unquote, fix some things. So we're going to do that as well. So it's this whole week, working with you and Christina has really been an eye opener for me. And I'll stop talking.
Okay. Man, Jimmy, thank you, man. It's good to see you, man. I love your energy. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead, Christina.
We appreciate you, Jimmy. Thank you for that comment. So it is 8:59. Wow. I do want to allow people to ask any questions. So I see we have Allison. Hi, Kendra. How are you? We have Jen. We have Jimmy. Thank you for that comment. We have Jay. We have Cairo. Hi, Cairo. How are you? We have Kelton. We have Lisa. Lisa, you have any questions? We have Nikki. Nikki is the winner, guys. She won the giveaway.
Okay.
We were running. Wait, when were we running it? October, the beginning of this month. I'm sorry. So we have another one coming up we're in September. My goodness. She won in September, and we have a new one coming up in November. So November 1st, we will be running another giveaway. So congratulations to Nikki. We have Rose, we have Roxanne, we have Terry. So let me see. Roxanne put something in the chat. She put, how soon can you borrow against after opening up the IUL? That's such a good question.
It is. It is. So the carriers that we work with and the way we design it, you can start taking out loans immediately. However, you have to be careful. If you're paying monthly versus annually, that changes the ball game. Okay. So if you want to start taking out loans, you want to look at paying annually. Okay. Versus monthly. And I think you can understand it's the math of that, right? So, but you can take out loans immediately. So yes.
Perfect. All right. Great. So let's see here. All right. Any other questions? Any questions? Let me see. Let me see. So Nicole said, when you understand that you're being played, you have to learn to play the game of the power that will be ensuring your family and legacy to take care of. This is powerful, and this week has been amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Roxanne said, if you already had a deed for the property in an irrevocable trust, can you redo the deed? Yeah, you can. You can redeed the house. So if you need to change the deed, you can make any changes to the deed. So if you need a quick claimant from one trust to another, you can also do that, okay? So next question is, what is the average amount that we need to invest in an IUL monthly or the annual cost?
Good question. So that is a moving target only because everyone's financial situation is different. So we don't want to look at an average, man, that's all over the place. It really, really is. It can be from someone who says, I want to put in 100 a month. Some people say, I want to put in 3,000 a month. And we have everything in between and even higher than that. So it really depends on where you are. And what we like to do is teach you how to baby step into the higher level of leveraging an IUL. So you say, well, I have that X amount of dollars. I don't have 4 digits a month. That's okay. Okay. We start you where you are, and we show you how to grow your IUL and how to get into the game at a higher level over a good period of time. Okay. So the thing is get into it. Okay. You just want to get in and start doing it from where you're at, because as you're accumulating value, increasing that asset, it gives you more bandwidth to leverage a second policy. Okay. And you get in at a higher level on that second one. There's some people on this call, Christina, that has more than one policy herself. Okay. So you can get more than one. Okay. So there you go.
Yes, perfect. So we got some questions in there. So the first one says, will the purchase price on the business purchase agreement trigger a taxable event for the seller? And does the seller have to pay taxes on the price? So the purchase agreement is used for your documentation. So you don't actually have to transfer the funds, or you don't have to actually record the sale anywhere. So it's just for your records. Next question is, for the property to be tax exempt with the ministry trust, does the property have to be open to the public? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be open to the public. And the ministry trust is also not public either, it's private. Next question, can a trust own another trust? So we don't use the term own when we're referring to a trust. So a trust can be a grantor, a trustee, or a beneficiary of another trust. So you decide what position you want one trust to serve on another trust. Let's see, next question. Do you need to pay back the insurance company when you're borrowing from them?
You don't need to or have to, however, you can. And that is because the collateral is the death benefit. If you do not pay the loan back, they will receive that said funds from the death benefit when you expire. Okay, so that's your collateral. You don't have to. No.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Do we have any questions? Do we have any other questions? I don't want to keep you guys longer than we have to. So do we have any other questions?
Do we have access to your link, Christina? So they have access.
Let me see here. Let me see if we have what did we put here? Yeah, it's here. Hold on. Let me just repost it really quickly.
Okay.
Let me repost it. All right, so we just reposted it so that you guys are able to go ahead and book a call with Mondo. And is there a way to watch this back? Yes. So the recording is going to be available. So Aya is going to upload it unlisted on YouTube, and then she's going to email you guys the link so that you're able to access the recording. So yeah, so we went through an entire workshop week, right? Monday, we set up our business trust. Tuesday, we set up our private family trust. Wednesday, we set up our ministry trust. Yesterday, we established business credit, and, you know, we became ordained ministers. We did our board meetings. We did our promissory notes for how much we're going to actually fund our trust fund with. And then today we transferred assets and we learned about infinite banking. So it has been a very productive week, I would say, as far as learning about trust and implementing everything that we need to. So I wanted to see if there was anyone who wanted to either come on camera or to give us their feedback, because we always want to, you know, improve our processes and make sure that it's, you know, it's seamless for the attendees that are attending the workshop. So I wanted to know if anybody would come on and let us know how their experience went with the workshop this week. So you can raise your hand, you can come off mute. I could call you by name. All right, I'm gonna call Jimmy. I know Jimmy has some stuff to say. So what do you think about the workshop, Jimmy, and how the week went, and about the information that you learned?
Right. So I will tell you, I won't turn on my camera because I'm in a so I live in Florida. I drove over to Florida State, right, which was about a 3-hour drive. My daughter is getting ready to go to tech school, then she's going to FSU. But she's in college right now. She want hands-on experience, right? So today has been a lot of moving around, and I'm in a room right now with a bunch of mattresses up against the wall and stuff like that, right? So this is kind of like a storage space here. But anyway, so the presentation great. The presenters great. The flow of the information I think is very good as well. um, you know, I think the organization of the information in terms of the different types of, we had the different, the kind of like the top level trusts and then the sub trusts that go into the holding company and what all of that stuff means and the benefit of each one of the trusts. Just phenomenal, right? Uh, I can think of dozens of people you know, that needs to hear this type of information. And I got my list going already, right? So, but uh, if I'm trying to think if that was something that I had to improve is very difficult for me to think of something that I would improve upon. I want to say this too, Christina. Um, when you're doing this type of stuff, it's really a commitment, right? You got to be ready every evening or every night, right? with with the material, with the presentation. You got to be ready to deliver, right? You got customers, and I'm one of your customers, right? And you really got to deliver more than 100%. Anybody can deliver 100%, I think, right? But you got to go above and beyond. And I think you've done that, Christina. You made yourself available. You still are available. You have your lifetime membership, with your program. I think is great. Um, you know, and I had I filled out most of the forms. Just a couple of nuances and stuff like that that I need to get, like the virtual address and stuff like that. I actually went to the post office to see if I can get a PO box, and I have the form filled out. And the more I thought about it, I said, you know what? I probably just need a virtual address just to kind of nail it and don't have to deal with the PO thing. So I do intend to call you. Uh, I've talked to we're having a family meeting with my wife and my children and my daughter's husband. He's going to be the trustee, right? Not the trustee, but the grantor. But we're going to have a family meeting when I get back to Florida next week, and I'm gonna put this in front of my family. I'm gonna tell them, they already know I got some stuff going on, right? But I'm a sort of, bring it to the front. We're gonna have a dinner meeting and I'm gonna tell them what I'm doing. My family members, they know where I want to go. They know where my head is. I've been to Africa, 2 or 3 times already. I went last year. I'm getting ready to go back again, and I'm working on some funding. And this is probably offline question here, Mondo. But one of the things I want to understand a little bit better, and I think I kind of already know, is if I get funded, let's say, and we can do this. I had talked about I got my digital product is basically helping people go and find projects, right? And writing themselves in the contract and getting the funding and get the project executed. That's what Project Manager Blueprint is all about, right? And I kind of bring my 27 years of experience to the table as well. But if let's say we get funded, right, and the project is $20 million. I'm just putting up, and that's a realistic number on some of the things that I'm looking at and some of the things that I've been involved in before where we've gotten funding, right? But let's say it's 20 million, right? I think that I can take, and let's say that the money is issued in phases, and this is really for Mondo. The money is issued in phases, right? I can take, let's say, $5 million or whatever the maximum amount that I can put into that IUL. And let's say I got 3 IULs, right? I
Mhm.
fund those IULs, right?
Mhm.
Then I can take and I have my portion, my personal money. I'm written into the contract.
Mhm.
Can If I put that money in an IUL, can I turn around and take that money out to execute like phase one, phase two, phase three, that sort of a thing? And the money is going to sit there. Once I execute
Mhm.
let's say I execute phase one, I should
Mhm.
have money left over, right? plus the money that I have written in there for myself. Then I get another batch of money. Let's say I get 5 million at a time. I put that into the IUL and I draw down, we execute phase 2. And so at the end of the day, when that project is done, that's probably going to be $2-3 million or $4 million or something like that left in that IUL, or in a combination of IULs. I think something like that could work, right? Or your team could, guide me and educate me on how something like that would work.
Yeah. So when you're looking at diversifying the revenue streams and coming in phases, our wealth management team, this is where you will have an entire team of us helping you with this, because it's at that point it goes beyond even IULs. Okay. So we could talk offline about that.
Okay.
But you're definitely leveraging the mess out of IULs. But however, there's some other tools at that level that we want to consider. And so this is where Bob, Rich, Jonathan, myself, Guy, we all have a 5-person team when we're talking about those types of figures to help you out.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much, Jimmy, for saying those kind words. I really, really, really appreciate you and the feedback and your experience during the workshop. Thank you so much. And I do want to let you know that we have an affiliate program. So if you do want to share with your friends or family, you would definitely, it would benefit you to join our affiliate program, because we give 20% commission. So that's always a plus on getting commission.
I joined.
And you were already, oh, perfect. Okay, good. Okay, you know what? Jimmy is 2 steps ahead of me, okay? Like, let's keep it going here. Let's keep moving.
I've already started marketing your program.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Jimmy. You're amazing. Oh my goodness. Thank you. You're a phenomenal person. See, I love connecting. This is why I do what I do, because I love people and I love connecting with just everyone. That's why I like showing up live on Zoom, connecting with you. We on first name basis. It's like, I don't know. It fills me up. It fills up my cup. My cup is overflowing. But yeah, so I wanted to also open up the floors to see if anybody else had anything that they wanted to say about their experience during the workshop. If they have anything, that they want to say, if they would like recommend the workshop, or if there's, any positive feedback about anything that we should change or do differently. So anyone else want to say any kind words? And if you're not able to come on camera, that's totally understandable. So we just want to still hear from you. You don't have to be on camera. We just, we prefer for you to be on camera so we can see you. And it's not just me and Mondo on camera, but that's fine if you don't want to be on camera. So does anyone have anything else to say about their experience, throughout the week, throughout this workshop week? Rose, all right. Let's see. Hey, Rose.
Hi, I just wanted to say that you are so amazing, and I definitely am grateful for your patience and having the opportunity to rejoin you here this week. And I'm just like, wow, like, I don't know, this whole course is like, it just, I don't know. I don't even have words. Like it's such a wealth of information, and it's life-changing. So thank you all. Thank you, Mondo. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate you guys like so much.
Thank you so much, Rose. We really appreciate you too. Thank you for that feedback. And I just want to let you know, like, you have lifetime access, okay? Like, we want to do forever with you, okay? So whenever you want to join any of the future webinars, I mean, not webinars, but workshops that we have, like, please just come on in and we will add you to the list and, include you. So think about it. Like, let's just say next year you want to set up another business trust and you need a refresher. Well, you have lifetime access to the workshop. So just come on in and we can do everything together. So thank you so much, Rose, for being here, being a part of the community, and for sharing your experience with us. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Does anybody else want to let us know how their week went or how their experience was with the workshop this week?
Hi, Christina. Hey, Mondo. I just want to say thank you for simplifying the process. You know, setting up a trust or going through it can be a daunting task for many people. And for those of us that are familiar with how this system of the matrix works and are trying to navigate through it or get out, you have really simplified the process and made the paperwork simple and easy. You know, most people will inundate you with 50, 60, 70 pages. And by the time you finish reading, it's like, no, I don't want to do this. But you have really broken it down to a level where even a person of minimal intelligence can understand it. And I appreciate that. You know, I will be going through my documents this weekend. And like I said, I'm grateful. I'll get my virtual address set up, and the Secretary of State will be receiving my documents that they need to my certificate of trust, so I can get, you know, my business stuff going. And I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kelton. We appreciate you too. Thank you for those kind words. And we are definitely like in alignment because we just try to make everything as simple as possible. I don't believe that things need to be complex. I think that we can really break it down to its simplest form. And I learned this whole like teaching style from like being a nurse, right? Every time that I was like in the hospital, they would always remind us like, speak to your patients like they're in the third grade. Don't use these big fancy medical terms or words or, you know, names for medicine. So just break it down. And so that's the way that I teach, because I want people to really grasp and understand the concept before they even start moving or taking action in whatever direction or whatever capacity they're in. But I appreciate those kind words. Thank you so much. And just know that we are here to support you. We are a community. So all of us are trustees. We're going through this process together, and we're here to hold each other accountable. So definitely connect with us in the Facebook group, and then also book that that call with me so that I can help you with, you know, finalizing any paperwork that you need moving forward. So I appreciate you. Thank you for participating in the workshop and being here. Next, I think we have Jen. I think she has some words. Hey, Jen, how are you?
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
And Mondo, how are you guys?
Oh, well,
Great.
thank you.
I'm trying to start my video, but it says unable to. But anyway, I just wanted to commend you on the customer service that I've experienced so far. You have by far made a difference compared to the other gurus that I've signed up with. And I shared this with Mondo. And it's the experience is really great. I've paid thousands of dollars to gurus, and you can't talk to them, you can't text them, you can't reach them, you can't do anything. And like the brother said, they give you the program, they give you the webinars, and they say, hey, we gave you everything you need. But Christina, I can call you, and sometimes I even feel bad. I hear your children in the background. You will pick up the call. And if you miss the call, you'll even call me back. So I really appreciate that. I believe that service sometimes outweigh what you're paying for. Yeah. Because if you don't understand what you're buying, and if you can't ask questions and you can't reach out to someone, it's like you've just wasted your money. So I really want to thank you. And Mondo, you're the same. I've spoken with you. We had a consultation. I am moving forward, Mondo. I'll be in touch with you soon.
I know you are, Jen. I know you are.
And Christina knows I'm still trying to finalize. The thing is, there's 3 trusts, and she would like them finalized all at one time. And that's what's taking me.
Yeah.
Can I just do the family trust right now? And Christina says, well, it's best to do all 3 at one time. So then that just takes a little longer for me. But I just want to commend you and thank you so much both for your service. I love it. Good night.
Thank you so much, Jen. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
Like I feel like crying. Like thank you so much. Like I don't know. I'm just me, but yes, Jen, like you can call me, text me, like whatever it is, I'm there to answer your questions. I'm there to be a resource. So I really appreciate that. And I didn't know that like I was going to produce these emotions when I was asking for feedback. So thank you so much. I appreciate you and I appreciate everybody that's here in the call and the people that are not here, like everyone who has trusted me, who has trusted Mondo, and who has joined the community and who's going through the process to actually empower their families and protect their wealth. So thank you so much to everyone who is a part of the Wealthy Trustee program. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, like it's just all love. So does anybody have any final words? If not, then we are going to wrap it up. It is 9:24. It's a Friday night. I don't know if you guys have plans to go out. I don't have any plans. I'm actually heading to Africa tomorrow, guys. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, that is my plan.
Where about in Africa are you going?
I know you said that you was in Africa, Jimmy. So I
Oh,
was
yeah.
going to ask you, but I am heading to Egypt. I'm going to be there for 10 days.
Okay. So I've been to Ghana, I've been to Tanzania, and I got a standing deal right now with the Tanzanian government.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so I'm thinking maybe first of the year and maybe before the end of the year. We got some irons in the fire right now. We got the US government involved. And so I was talking about the funding thing. So if we get funding, then I'll probably head it to Tanzania probably 2 weeks after that.
Oh, that's amazing. I will definitely eventually go there, but I don't know if Mondo told you he has family that lives in Tanzania.
I do.
Armando, I know the team that's in Tanzania. I know them very well.
Okay.
I know Lloyd and I've worked with Martin.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I've worked with Martin.
Is the world
Yeah.
really that small?
Yeah, that's my family.
Yeah.
Lloyd's my godfather.
Yeah. And Martin and them, they're down in Alexandria.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Yeah. And
Wow.
yeah. So we may talk about some things
Very good.
offline.
I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Christine, I hope you have a phenomenal trip tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank
safe
you.
travels.
I appreciate that. Thank
Yes,
you.
indeed.
I think Lisa
Oh.
has something she wants to say. Hey, Lisa.
Hi. Is Aya gonna send us Mondo's number?
So you have to go based on the his link in the calendar. I mean, you got to go on his calendar link, so it's in the chat. That's how you book a call with Mondo.
Okay, I need to save that, but don't hang up yet. Let me go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like, no, hang on. No, yeah, it's actually in the emails.
Oh, okay, perfect. And then one more question. The number that we received the text from like a half hour before the calls, is that the number that they were referring to contact you?
Yeah, that's the community number. I also have that's the community number. I also have a personal number, so I actually pick up that line. So if you call the community number, I will pick up.
Okay, and I just want to say really quick, total transparency, I was literally buying someone else's course, another guru, and I'm so thankful that I didn't, because I feel like it probably would have been what I think Jen said, one of those situations where it was like, here, do it yourself. And so I was kind of in the Facebook group like, I need someone to hold my hand through this process, right? Because I have a lot of things to transfer, a lot of businesses, a lot of properties, vehicles. So I really, really appreciate you guys. This community is amazing. I'm so happy that I joined. I mean, every day I've been looking forward to class, like, telling my husband, we got to go to class, but it's been phenomenal. I'm so excited to get started. I probably won't be finished until late October, but definitely looking forward to getting to the place where I want to be and protecting my assets and my family. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. We really appreciate you being here. And thank you for that transparency. Like it just, it really speaks volume to the program that like we have, delivered and put together for you guys. And like I said, like we are a community, we are a resource, we're here to help. And we are not going to just, throw something at you and not educate you or walk you through the process. So whenever you are finalizing everything, please book that call so that I can look through and review everything with you and your husband and help you, get structured the right way, because that is the entire purpose of this. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. And
Absolutely.
Thank you for engaging every single day, asking these phenomenal questions. So you guys are amazing, and looking forward to hearing back from you and assisting you through this whole process. This is a journey, so take baby steps. So I know you said October. October is literally like in 48 hours.
Yeah.
So so yes, take your time, because this is not like a race, and we don't have to get it done as quickly as possible. So I think that retention is the most important thing. So definitely once Aya sends the recording, go through it a couple of times, because if you hear it 3 or 4 times, then you're able to really retain the information and know this powerful entity that you're operating. So
one more thing, quick. I just want to tell you, I want to give you your kudos, because you have an amazing presence on Instagram, and 2 people sent me your page, and I really felt in my spirit that this is who I want to go with. So whatever you're doing, it's working.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That is confirmation. And that is confirmation.
That sure is.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great.
And yeah, oh my gosh, thank you.
Christina, before you leave,
Yes.
I just want to chime in one more time, because I
Yes.
hear people talking about the other gurus. There is a person that is charging $7,500 for each trust, and you gave everybody free for, a phenomenal price.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't believe it. I had to hang up on him. I was like, how much do you charge for $7,500? And it's the do-it-yourself.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I am going to be honest with you guys. I believe that we should all have access to trust and to these tools, IULs, and these things that are going to help us build wealth the right way. And I feel like it shouldn't be thousands of dollars. I feel like it should be affordable, and that it should be, straight to the point, so that we're able to actually, utilize what we're actually putting together. Because so many people have come to me and they're like, I paid $10,000 to this lawyer, and he handed me a stack of papers, and I didn't know what to do. And it's been sitting there for like 3 years, and I've never used it. And I feel so defeated. I'm like, why would somebody do that to somebody else? Why wouldn't you show them how to open up a bank account, or how to document their records, or how to be able to, build credit or do anything? Like, why are you not going to show them how to actually use the tool that they're creating? So we are always adding more to the program. So right now I'm like already thinking about more stuff that I want to throw at you guys, but it's like baby steps. But thank you so much for that. And I feel like affordability is like the best thing, because I don't think that I don't know if people are like trying to get rich or whatever their method is, but I feel like it's not about, I'm trying to gather my thoughts and say what I really want to say, but I feel like the mission should be to help as many people as you humanly can, not to make $1 million off of one person, right? And so yeah, I just want, as many people to have access to this information as possible. So thank you so much, Kelton, for that information. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jen.
Sure.
Thank you to everybody who's here on the call. Thank you to everybody who's in the program. Thank you, Allison. She's always attending the workshops. Thank you, Lisa, for those kind words. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Terry. Terry's always here with us. Thank you, Mondo, my partner. He's amazing. And he's just always in this mode of let me educate them. And I just appreciate that. I appreciate Mondo so much. So we are going to wrap it up, guys. You guys have an amazing evening. You guys have an amazing weekend. And I'm going to be in Africa next week. But the week after that, my calendar is open and I am ready for you guys to fill it up so that we can jump on Zoom and get everything situated so that you guys can get everything executed, open up your bank accounts, fund your accounts, start doing, building credit, start buying houses, all of this stuff. So I look forward to jumping on those Zoom calls with you guys. And like I said, you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. And I will see you guys in the Facebook community. Don't forget to do the homework. So the homework is one, if you weren't able to give us any feedback, please go to the Facebook community and give us feedback or give us a testimony or let us know how your experience went for the workshop. And then the second piece of the homework is be intentional about setting up your IUL policy. So you need to finalize your trust so that you are able to acquire or set up or establish, whatever word we're using here, your first asset. Your first asset inside of your trust needs to be your IUL policy. Jimmy said it, Mondo said it, I said it, Jen, she's intentional about it. You need to set up your IUL policy because you are not, let's just be honest, you are not paying yourself first. So why are we wasting all this time and all this money when we need to be paying ourselves first? So that's why I am constantly stressing, set up your IUL policy, pay yourself first, and then the rest can happen later. So in the Facebook group, please let us know when you're going to book your call with Mondo so that you can set up your policy and start paying yourself first. So that is your homework. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, go ahead and do that. And we will see you in the community. We will see you in the Facebook group. You guys have a good evening. Thank you so much for being here and be blessed, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
You too.